All right, welcome to the Paranormal Highway. We got a special show. We got Midwest. We got Cheon, Dr. Wu. We're going to talk about, I don't even know what we're going to talk about. That's the best part. I got some videos sent to me of some orbs and stuff. So we're just going to dive in and we're going to talk the shit. We're just going to let things flow. It's going to be a fantastic conversation. So I'm so happy that every single one of you is here. Beyond that, like I always say during the intro, go find yourself a bathroom, go say Bloody Mary about 3 times, and let us know if you live from it. All right, we'll see you right back after the intro.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Did you see it?
All right. This is so awesome.
Cool intro.
I'm sure everybody always wanted to see the scene of Dr. Wu like making love to the air. I'm sure that's everybody's had now.
That's air humping. I was humping the air. It was for good luck. You do that for good luck before any hunts or ghost hunts. You always hump the air.
Well, yeah, that was right before we went to take the trail to the Devil's Hand. So Bob likes to bring good karma before we go up there.
Always.
Always.
I look just like the picture. Do I look just like the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kenny from South Park. Ironic, isn't it? Look, I was like, wait, this is a true story. I was in the store. I didn't know, but I didn't watch that episode. And the guy wanted to take a selfie with me. And I'm like, why are people taking selfies with me? Am I famous? Like, no, you look like Kenny from South Park. So there it is.
Yeah, you actually do. It's
ironic. Yeah,
Man.
I was like, oh, okay.
And everybody in the chat, it's kind of funny. If you guys watch my other show, I was telling everybody how I got this ejection in my right leg, and the deal with this is they don't know what they're putting in me. I mean, Bob knows the whole thing. That there's a new experimental drug, and there's the way it works is they're going to give you 2 ejections. One now. 1, 3, 4 months ago. So the idea is one of those is like just walk. What do you call it, Bob? It's like nothing.
Oh,
but one of those shots is the real thing, whatever it is. But they don't want you to know exactly what it is because they want to research you to see how you react. So it's like a mind game or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, right before the show, I get a phone call from the VA and I saw it and they're asking me like, do I have time to talk? I'm like, well, I'm about to go on a show in 3 minutes, Yeah, we just want to know what the side effects are so far. Like, oh, and I was telling Bob, like, they call you back. And
yeah, it's weird.
And Bob, let me tell you this. This is true. When I went down there Wednesday, it was amazing because the first lady, I had to answer like these 140 questions, like, how am I feeling? What am I doing? Before they do the ejection, because they want to know how I feel after it. And the nurse was like nicest person ever. She's like, Eric, It's about 10 o'clock for your ejection. And she walked myself and my wife to the next building. She checked us in. Like I feel like the red carpet treatment. And it's true. So we sat down. So it's about 10:05. It's only 5 minutes after 10.
Nice.
And this other lady comes out. Very pretty herself. It's like, oh, Mr. Wood, we're sorry we're running a little late. I'm like, it's only 10:05. It's only 5 minutes after 10. We ran out of shrinks yesterday because to do the shot, it's the bigger one. It's not like the flu shot. It's like big ass needle.
Oh,
We're filling it up right now. So we truly apologize. I'm like, oh, do we not have to apologize? Well, thank you. At 10:15, they call me back there. Listen, you go to a regular doctor, sometimes you're sitting there 30, 40 minutes. They're apologizing to me. And then I go into this doctor, and I was like, oh my God, what is this? Is this Beautiful People Day? I mean, I'm serious. The doctor, like, she's not like one of those doctors, like they're overweight, and you're wondering, how's that person doctor? They're telling you to lose weight. They're telling you to quit drinking, and look at them. This one's like perfect. And she's like, and Bob, she's like, oh, Eric, I was looking over your x-ray, and I noticed that your top leg over your kneecap is not straight.
oh, fuck.
I'm like, oh. And I'm looking at it too. I'm like, it's not? No.
Take a hammer
How would
to
you
it.
like to be fitted with the special prosthetic thing with a piece of metal that when you do your walks, it'll help you to walk straight? I'm like,
Wow.
yeah, sure. And then she's like, so when you get pain, Eric, what do? I take ibuprofen on the counter. We have Tylenol cream that will numb your leg while you're walking. I'm like she's like ordering me whatever I want.
Wow.
Why am I not getting this at anywhere else? And I'm sitting there like, are you guys injecting me with something that I'm going to turn to a wolf the next day? Because
I don't know what that is.
I was like,
what's a pleasant day at the VA?
Well, Bob, you remember the movie Hostel? Like they had the two people had the most perfect day, and then the next day they woke up, they're tied up, and they're about to be tortured. I'm like, something's got to happen because nobody is this nice in life. Nobody's ugly. Everybody's like
I don't.
I'm not used to getting this kind of a treatment.
They're setting you up.
They're setting me up.
Yeah. And Joe versus the volcano, right?
I see this right here. Now this is a Fitbit, right? So I'm supposed to walk 10,000 steps. So they're actually monitoring me to make sure I do the steps. So the government with the VA, they're monitoring. I'm being monitored right now with the VA.
So it's like having an ankle bracelet. So
yeah. And Bob and you two will love this. Bob knows this. I called Bob up one day. I go, Bob, the VA just called and said, hey, Eric, do you remember that program you were looking into about wanting to donate blood for science? They're called like all of us like, no, but what is it?
Yeah.
We want you to donate blood. We want to research DNA. We want to research deep into everybody. Would you be interested in like, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I guess so. Like, hey, we got an appointment tomorrow. Oh, okay. So I go to the VA. I give blood, and Bob said he got like a phone call from the VA. Don't know.
Yeah, I got a call too. It was like that's ironic, right?
It is ironic, right? I'm like, what is all this experiments? They want my blood. They want to inject something. Like, is there something I don't know about?
Next thing you know, they'll be milking you. You know what that means?
Yeah.
For your semen.
It's probably because you guys keep saying that you're heirs to the throne of England.
England, yeah, exactly.
That's it.
They're checking your DNA. So let's check this out.
Yeah, they could do that now. They actually could do that now. And it's like, you know, you can't, I mean, you can have a fake king or whatever person, but they can just run your DNA now. They're like, no, you know, you're not. You're not even related to this, you know, you're not even related to anybody special.
King Will.
Bob and I was talking because, you know, Bob talked about different blood types. Certain blood types could, you know, supposed to be doing this and this and this. And we learned that anybody who's in the military would, if you say your blood type is this, like my military card says I'm O positive, and the lady nurse told me that, oh, Eric, we're finding out that over 60% of people who had their blood tested when they got in were wrong.
God damn, that's crazy too.
And I'm like, so I'm curious if this, when I get results of that, because you're allowed to have results when you get blood for this program, they're supposed to retell me my blood type. So I'm curious if it's going to change or if it's different.
That's crazy.
How do you mess up your blood type? How's that happen?
I don't know how that can do that.
I don't know.
How the hell can they do that? That's impossible.
60% of people finding out from the military that their blood type is wrong.
And you wonder why so many people die. And they didn't die in a campaign. They died on the table with the wrong blood type. Like, oh, put this in him. Oh, why is he dying? Why is his blood turning into mud? I don't understand. It says right here, he's an O. Oh my God, he's dying. You know how many people probably died from that mistake? That's a massive mistake.
Wow.
You can't do that, man. Somebody will die. You can't give somebody with A blood, B blood. They'll die.
Right.
But the lady that was telling me that she was all happy, she's just cherished. I'm like, this is just weird because everybody's too nice.
Well, did you guys hear about I was excited today. You guys know about Brian Foster? You guys know the famous, he's kind of a semi-archaeologist down in South America. Brian Foster, you guys. So he's the one doing the elongated skulls. He's been doing all the research on the elongated skulls. And 5 years ago, I'm a big fan. I've been anthropology, archaeology. And 5 years ago, he sent off the data, all this to all these places for DNA analysis and all this stuff for the elongated skulls. And he got the results today. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like Christmas. So I clicked on him and he put out a show just today. He got the results back today. It took 5 long years.
Oh,
And man, they did the DNA. They got the blood type. They got everything for these elongated skulls. You guys know what their blood types primarily was?
what?
No.
A and B. Now, now understand that the Americas, South America, all the way, they're pretty much 100% O. I mean, it's across the board. You might have a few mixed in here, but mostly it's 99.9% O. So when they ran the DNA on them elongated skulls, they found out that genetically there are A's and B's and ABs. Also, their genetics, they come from the Caucasus mountain regions by Kiev. The Black Sea and everything. They're European. So you have these elongated skulls with full-blown genetic ran evidence that clearly says that they're European. The elongated skulls are European. They have ancestries match the Homos whatever group from the Caucasus areas.
But didn't the Europeans try to take over the world? Didn't they really truly try to take over the world? That maybe they were already over there trying to take it over?
Well,
I mean,
this is 2,000. Longer than 2,000 years ago.
Okay.
So these skulls are from 2,000 years ago. There was nobody. People were still throwing rocks at fucking animals. With spears and sticks. And so you have this group that somehow made their way from the Caucasus area, the European, made them all the way across the ocean over to South America, where they started a civilization. And they're reds. Wow. They have red hair and red blonde. He got all the DNA results, and I was like, wow! It proves 100% that there were these elongated skulls. They're European.
So then how is everybody else owed then if AB was there before?
That's the weird part. Yeah. So it's like they did not intermingle with the locals. They might have mixed a little bit with some locals, but for the most part, their genetics didn't hold up, didn't last. So it kind of died with them. Wow. Really crazy information today. So now we know that they're not alien. They're actually genetically European.
We know what the science field are saying about the results or anything yet? I mean, is it just him telling what he's found and then we're
no? This is from. He did it the way scientists does it. He sent it to several different labs all over, so he can have control. That way, they can combine the data together from all the different areas. Now, if you just send it to one area, well, it's a little bit fishy. But if you send it to the genetics, the materials, samples to multiple different areas that are doing DNA checks, and they all confirm they're not working together, they're not best friends hanging out at the bar after work. They had one on the East Coast and one on the West Coast and one in some other European country. He spread it all out. So when he got the results back, it's non-refutable. You can't argue it. because these people aren't hanging out. There's no conspiracy involved. So that's crazy, man. Also, elongated skulls.
Let me ask you this, just because it sounds like almost like why now in a way. Just what I'm getting at is like the program who wanted my blood for DNA stuff is a project that they want over 1 million people, and then here you got this just coming out, and they want 1 million people from around the world. Is it like something they're trying to discover on this planet with all this DNA now? I mean, is there something they're digging for?
I suspect that. Yes, I do suspect that. I 100% suspect that. I think they're trying to do the inventory, trying to gather as many people's DNA as they can, run it through the Whopper computer. Probably looking for somebody. You know what I mean? They're looking for some genetics and something somewhere, because it's all of a sudden everybody's got some 23andMe, ancestry.com. There are so many of these data banks now for DNA. It's not even, it's a joke. It's so many. That means somebody somewhere is flipping the bill for this shit. You know, it's like they're trying to do something.
Have there ever been any presidents with elongated heads or royalty since they had the same blood type?
You know, questionable. Elongated skulls, they found them all over the globe. They're all over. These people were all over the place. Maybe they're original Atlanteans. You know what I mean? Maybe they're the originals. No, I haven't noticed any presidents with any elongated skulls, though. But it doesn't mean they don't carry the genetic traits.
A different reset.
You probably a lot of people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Maybe a different reset.
All right. Oh, I think I froze.
You look like you did freeze in a second, but look like you're back.
Oh, no. I think I'm freezing. I have to reboot my internet.
We're seeing and hearing.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I'll
be right back. Give me like, yeah, but everybody else is frozen on my end. Oh, wait. No, you guys aren't frozen no more. Okay. God.
All right.
No, my internet's dipping in and out. That means I'm being...
Okay. We're like...
I'm being shut down, so...
Hey.
Well, you would think the heir to the throne would have better service.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's not on mine end. I got fiber to my house with internet. I got over a terabyte of a line to my house.
Yeah, everything's looking good on our end.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Looks good.
Where he's at, he's wireless. He's outside in the backyard. So sometimes I think his wireless part is not getting a connection. I told him he should get like a long Cat5 wire.
Yeah.
Just while he goes live and just run it through the house to the backyard, and he won't have these issues. But when you go wireless, you know, it's going to happen. But hey, I got this this couple sent me this this video here, and I thought I'll share it with you guys and see what you guys think of this. So this was sent to me, and I'm like I said, I don't know who it was. This is something you sent to me, and this is you sent me like 4 things here. This one is the MWNW fire pit. So before I press play on this video, what's going on in this video to explain to people why we're looking at it?
This was during our midnight shows that we we do for chat. You know, we don't have any guests or anything. We just show our cameras or might be an animal or something. So it's during the winter. That's snow on the ground, and it was like 20. It
was 20
degrees out.
It was actually 20 degrees that night. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, 19 degrees. And we were seeing orbs and rods, you know, we're getting in with the chat and asking what they think it was. So we said, hey, let's do an experiment. I'm gonna get my winter jacket and boots on. I'm gonna walk out there and I'm gonna sit on, that's a burn pile, brick fireplace that I'm sitting on. And I thought I'm gonna walk out there and I'm gonna see if they interact with me. I put my hands up. I was talking to them, and then we got this video and we clipped it out.
Oh, there you go. I'm like, I need to press play. I'm watching the video to do something, and I'm not even pressing play. Must be the DNA in me. Here we go. Oh yeah, right there. Talk about that thing that just passed us by.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's that one big one. As I just clipped that section out, but even while I was getting dressed and Jane was still talking to the chat, all the orbs started flying in from the field and like they were getting ready.
It's like they knew he was getting ready to go out because the orbs were just going crazy. You could see all these round circles coming into the field. And we both were kind of taking turns going out there and just experimenting it. They would interact with us.
We're in this fields out here. Has this been like any field in the past that has had like battlegrounds, like like civil wars out there, or anything like where you're at?
So it's central Illinois. So I don't think any civil war, although we did have troops that left Illinois, marched to Kentucky and stuff like that. But as far as battles, no. But Native American stuff, yeah.
That was my next one.
Yeah, a lot of Native American.
And then let me grab the next one. The next one.
Did you guys like my picture with lingerie? Do you guys like that one? Look at this. How do I look in women's clothing? Isn't that great?
You got it going on there.
I knew he'd laugh. She's in shock. She's like, "Oh my god!"
So this is the next footage that's in your, and this is like you said, like this is in your backyard. This whole field.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you something real quick before I play this again. I'll play this new one. What is this field during the spring anyway? What is it? A crop? Did they grow crops out here?
Yeah, it's mostly corn.
Corn?
Yeah, and that's what you can see. You can see the corn stalks.
What are we looking for?
Rods. We've been catching rods the
yeah.
last couple of months.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot of rods.
Wow.
And what's funny is we haven't seen them. We put these cameras up last October. We weren't seeing these rods. I've got ATM binoculars we've had about 6 years. I'm seeing orbs, cigar shapes, but these rods are something new the last couple of months. And there's quite a few of them.
Man.
So the common term, they call them skyfish because they look like a fish going through water.
Now this happened. This rod was happening around 2:36 a.m. in the morning, that on a Saturday. I don't know, by any chance, if you're sleeping or not, did you guys feel anything like strange? I don't know, by any chance, like when this is happening outside?
No,
I am not feeling anything different.
We're usually up till 2 or 3 in the morning. So we were watching this live and we clipped it out.
Check that out.
Because it is interesting. Because usually a bug is like one little ball, little small.
Yeah.
Orb. This is like a long thing.
Bugs are usually bright white, and you can tell the difference of bugs. You can tell the difference of orbs because they're translucent. You can see through them. I've seen bats. I know what a bat looks like. They're fatter, and you can see the wings flopping when you see the bats. But these things, we don't have flying caterpillars.
Wow.
But these are definitely these sky fish, and I just don't know what they are. Some of them, it looks like
is it an animal? Is it something paranormal? Is it I have no way of explaining what it is other than we just got video evidence of it.
And they look like rope lights. You can kind of see lights in it. It looks like a rope light.
But what about like the house you're living in right there? I mean, has anything strange been going on inside your house? Anything moved? Like, have you
not lately?
No, okay, you say not lately. So you're saying
I was going to say a year ago when we started our show, we were having like woo feathers. We were having like very strange things happening behind us on our live shows. And it was happening for quite a few weeks, but then it stopped. We haven't had anything strange on our live shows here lately.
That's pretty scary. You know how it's scary to run through a cornfield naked backwards? It's not advisable. Now imagine these things are in there too. So now you got,
I never tried that. I like playing in the cornfield, but I usually don't go in there naked.
We used to play Witches Come Out Tonight or hide and seek in the cornfield with all of our cousins.
Do you know how many views and clicks you guys would get if you had Dr. Wu go out there when it's all and maybe you could plant like a black thing around him so people don't see him naked, but have him run out naked.
We're gonna capture a rod.
Look at this guy on the West Coast, this nut.
How are we going to capture a rod, Dr. Wu? We're all going to get naked and run backwards in a cornfield. One of us will catch a rod.
How about a fish net?
Got
you
one.
You get a lot of clicks and views that day.
Got one.
I mean, especially.
But it looks like it's spinning too.
Right here in the
middle. It actually does look like it's spinning.
Yeah, it does.
So I don't know how to explain it or to identify it other than just to call it a skyfish like everybody else does in some of the. I mean, I haven't seen a video of a skyfish or something like this since what, the 70s or 80s maybe.
Yeah.
I don't get why this is new. We've been checking out IR night vision for quite a few years. We haven't caught anything like this. This is just the last couple months.
Yeah, we probably got hundreds of hours of videos that we've, obviously our cameras are on 24/7, the new ones, but we've been filming orbs and portals or whatever out in the backyard for a long time. And we've never had one of those come through just here recently.
Yeah. I've seen the cigar shape,
here's
like,
the
I
other
think
one.
you sent them.
This is the other one you guys sent me.
Now this is more of like cigar shaped, and you can see that rod go straight inside that orb. It's like it went in the orb.
All right,
but it doesn't have bumps like these skyfish. That's what I don't get.
Whoa.
Is that the regular one, or is that the one that slows down?
This one doesn't say the slow one.
You didn't send him the slow one.
Well, there's another one he sent me. I got.
Oh, okay.
Let me get that one. That one is called.
I mean, that went straight inside that orb.
Okay, let me get the other one.
They must use electricity to fly. They probably use like a static electricity to fly in.
Oh, that's the one you're talking about. Here we go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is more slow.
So here we go, people.
Oh, it actually does.
And
have
it disappears,
bumps, doesn't it?
I see what you're talking
some
about.
Bumps.
It runs and then it disappears once it hits it. Watch.
I thought it was more cigar shape. It did have bumps like a skyfish. All right.
Look at that.
And it just disappears inside. And that's not a bug, folks. You can see the trees behind it. It's translucent. You can see behind it. And then the orb just disappears.
Huh. And it's just weird that it does disappear. Like, hold on. I'm going to pause it right up. Right there.
Yeah, and it does not go past it. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, like you see it when it's going in. There's nothing on the other end that it comes out of. It's like it stops right when it goes inside there.
Well, we did have those rods last summer. I thought that was more cigar shaped.
So that was off our ATN binoculars that have IR and night vision capabilities, and
which I've got right here. We've got two of them. I've got the old version. I love the old version better. I swear the IR is better on it. And then we ended up getting the newer version, which is heavier. And I don't see the orbs as well. I mean, they're excellent binoculars, but I like the old version a lot better.
So these videos, all I did was clip it out for a beginning and an end to make a shorter video for whatever we're showing. And then this one, all I did was slow down the frame rate. Other than that, it hasn't been touched or edited any other way.
But that's a lot of footage you have to go through. You're probably watching, right? If you're recording the whole night, I mean,
right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I do
hours, like.
I usually do about a half an hour at a time, and then I turn it off. And then if I feel the nudge to hit record again, I'll do another half an hour. But then you got to go through the footage. And I did not realize I caught this. I was slowing down with my finger going back and forth with the video, and I saw that, and I went, "What is that?" And I scrolled back, and I went, "Oh my God!" So I sent it to him, and then he made a short out of it. We can't explain it.
Our security cameras are on 24/7. So, I mean, there is just at night, obviously we don't ever see anything during the day. So it's always at night. Obviously that's when the IR comes on, but there's just hundreds of hours of nothing but orbs and rods flying. I mean, we try to pick out the best ones or something like, okay, this is different. This is something unusual that we haven't seen yet.
Right. I mean, I can't just upload hundreds. They're all going to look similar, the same.
Except
but this
for
thing that I
we've
caught,
never had another one that we've seen disappear into an orb.
Like, how many houses live by you where you're at, or you're like almost like hardly any other houses? Like
behind us, there's nothing. There's like 5 fields, and you can see a farmhouse, which is about 2 miles away. Now, where you're seeing that video, that's along the train tracks, along the side of the field, and there is senior citizen duplexes over there. There's a couple houses, but it's mainly like a nursing home and independent living and senior citizen complexes along the railroad tracks.
You think maybe, I'm just saying, just maybe, since it's like you said, it's a retirement area, and a lot of, I hate to say it, a lot of, when you're older, passed away. So there's a lot of fresh activity, because
maybe,
I don't want to say people have died, but you say if it's a community, an older community, there's going to be a lot of deaths.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, we thought, we didn't think of that necessarily, but we thought about the Native American spirits maybe, or I don't know, early settlers. I don't know.
Yeah. We live an hour or about a mile and a half down the road, about a mile to a mile and a half down the road. It is the Illinois River. So did people pass trying to cross that river years ago? That was something that I thought of.
We got somebody actually doing a cleansing right now, coming back and forth to our chat. Isn't that cool?
Wow, you must be smudging.
I'm cleaning, so
somebody's.
Now, how about this question? Any reservation land around?
No, not Illinois, not Central Illinois. We don't have any Indian reservations. They all got moved out when the Trail of Tears or whatever that section of history. But there is. Chief Senatchewine is the local chief that was here at the time, and the next county over, which is only 7 miles from where we live, his burial site and stone is there for honoring him.
Wow.
So Dr. Wu, you're the archaeologist of the group. A lot of people don't know that's your college degree that you got from Washington University, the Husky country, the Husky land. So if you putting your study, what do you think? What's causing that? Like, what do you think?
It might be a plant.
What's that?
It could be a plant, like a plant. Because. Plants have aerodynamics too. Yeah, there's people that you guys have been in the forest. You guys know there's certain seeds that have like what looks like little wings on them, and they'll spin around.
Right.
Like seeds will spin, and they'll go long distances like a damn helicopter. Plants like a maple, are brilliant like tree. That. Now I'm saying, yeah, and so it might be a species of plant. Believe it or not, the way it flies in an unusual way. It could be a damn seed, it could be a set of seeds that come from a specific plant we don't know about or something. It could be floating by. Now, again, it could be an interdimensional. It could be 1,000 different things, but also it could be a plant. People don't ever think about that. And
most times when we go out, we'll go out there, like I said, like that video where we'll go out and check it out. We don't ever see any insects. Of course, the one was during the middle of winter, so there was no insects that I know of that would venture out.
And you're right. You said that was snow on the ground. So if it was the seed theory, where would the seeds come from?
And there was no wind that night that I sat on the fire pit. But now this one with the skyfish, I can't necessarily say that there wasn't no wind or anything going on, so I can't rule that out.
Yeah. There's a species of flying fish too. You guys know about the flying fish.
Yes.
Also a species of fish there's a catfish that lives in the ground in the desert. It only comes out every once in a while, and it's crawling on the ground. It's funny how certain species can just evolve and take off. And again, I'm only suggesting because I've never seen one in person, but could be possibly a plant of some sort.
As an archaeologist,
seed.
you're looking at it through
And,
an archaeologist's eye, which
yeah, it could be you know, because like grass has an apical meristem, which is like a stem cell. And so cows have adapted to eat grass without destroying the grass. They eat just at the nub of it where that grass can keep growing. So bovines have adapted with grass. And like they're in unison, man. They need each other. Grass and bovine they go hand in hand. So
I think, but I think what's
a lot of
interesting
plants.
is the only thing, Bob, what I think is a little interesting is how, like, this thing, once it hits the circle, it disappears. Like that.
Yeah, it looks like it does disappear in a circle.
And that's what I mean. That's the, like that's the weirdest thing. Like, if that was a seed and that was whatever that circle is, but why does that seed disappear when it? Because that circle could be like up here and the seed could be here, but somehow it disappeared once it goes across it. Like, watch.
Yeah,
and it disappears. I mean, that's the weird part. That's
and like insects, they gravitate towards the light. They gravitate, like you guys know, when you're outside having a barbecue and it's kind of towards evening, all the damn bugs are all around the lights. They somehow like the energy from it. So whatever that is, if that's we'll just say hypothetically, that's an orb. It's got energy. It's all it is concentrated plasma. It's a ball. So whatever it is, it certainly likes that energy. Kind of the way a bug goes to a light. It goes right into it.
Yeah. It goes right in.
Whatever it is, it uses the energy.
And then
so if it's using whatever it is, yeah, if it's using the energy to fly with, it's using the energy to fly. Well, that's a big ass ball of plasma. That's the mother load of energy.
Well, and what's interesting
that's a buffet of energy.
That line energy, once it goes into the circle, that circle doesn't change the color of its own circle. That circle stays the same. It's interesting.
Yeah, so whatever it is, it jumped into the ball of energy. It went right into the plasma, assuming that's plasma. It went right into the plasma. Huh.
So the tree line behind this, one night we saw it looked like an energy ball.
Like Tesla ball.
Those glass balls that you put your fingers on, you see
like a Tesla ball.
That's exactly what it looked like in the trees. So we got that on film. I don't think I sent it to you though, but
it's on our channel.
We had that on film that this came on and just started getting bigger and bigger, and it grew to a certain size. It just stayed there, and you could just see the sparks and stuff, but it never went outside the circle of that ball.
Yeah, that's on our channel too.
Huh. Oh man.
So all our videos that we've uploaded and stuff is on Midwest Night Watchers on our YouTube channel. So anybody can go there and check them out. We have anything from what we think could be UFOs to portals to orbs to skyfish to everything we're catching, we're putting on.
And you guys leave it on at night, so anybody could go into your channel and just watch it yourself, like watching it purely live.
Yeah, usually we took a break this week. We're gonna set it up again tonight to be 24/7. But yeah, the last few days we haven't had the 24 going.
But a lot of times you do have a 24/7
live.
For like 4 or 5 weeks,
we're live streaming
24/7 and during the day and night to see if we catch anything during the day or catch whatever we catch at night. And people can just go in there in the chat and tell us what they see, or they just hang out and chat with each other, whatever they want to do.
And if you guys add music, it could be like that SMR.
We did. Yeah. We've got my music playing. We've got Robert Bauer's music playing. And we've been using other people's playlists. We got music going, and they can just sit there and watch orbs and bats and rods and all kinds of things. Deer come up, skunks, rabbits, all kinds of things come up at night.
Oh yeah, man! I'm gonna watch this. No, seriously. What are you gonna do tonight? I don't know, man. I'm gonna get fucking high and watch their live. I'm gonna see if I see something on the camera.
Well, when you're doing your marathon live streams at night, Dr. Wu, just put us up in the corner and let people watch while they're listening.
I remember one time Bob was doing a live show, and I think you passed out. And it stayed on for the rest of the night. And if I remember right, everybody's in the chat like, is he alive? And everybody's there waiting to see what happens when you wake up.
Oh yeah, no. One time I was in England, I was doing a late one, man, and I got tore the hell up. And then I just passed out on the camera live. And then apparently everyone's trying to find out where I'm at because everyone's saying he ain't breathing. I go, like they're like, you ain't. And so they were trying to find out where I'm at. And then the next day I woke up and I turned everything off, whatever. And everyone's sending me emails, dude, you were not breathing. You were dead. I said, was I dead? They go, yo, dude, you were dead. I could hear nothing. You have not a sound. You were dead. I said, okay, I died. Big deal. Won't be not the first time, won't be the last. Yeah.
I know, right?
It happens.
Unfortunately, in our life, it seems like you and I should have been dead a long time ago. Starting as flying out of a car as a baby, getting hit by cars, flying out of my shoes in the mountains. You go off the cliff in the mountains. I mean, it's almost like you got more than 9 lives. Like it's like something is keeping us alive on purpose. Like we have a purpose.
Yeah.
For something.
I heard a bullet. People talk about hearing a bullet. No, I've heard the bullet. It makes a distinct whistle sound. And it went right by my ear. Like, and it right behind me. Son of a bitch. I heard a bullet. I'm like, I've heard a bullet before. It's fucking weird.
Isn't that strange though? Everybody in our generation, like my dad was in World War II. So I'm at the very tail end of baby boomers, not quite Gen X. But everybody from our age to Gen X is like all their parents were hands off. So it's amazing how any of us are alive.
Right. Yeah, because we couldn't stay in the house. It was like, you can't be in the house. It's in the middle of the afternoon. Like kids don't understand that nowadays. You couldn't go in the house in the daytime. That's the end of the story. What are you doing in the house? You go in the house to make a sandwich. You go in the house to get something to drink. You go in the house to use the head. But then you got to leave the house. You can't be in the house when we're kids.
And they didn't care. Just get out.
Yeah.
Oh,
go. Yeah, go.
When we lived in like apartment complex next to an auction, and it was Mexico culture, Spanish culture. We were living, and during the day, all kids' parents kick all the kids out.
All the kids are out of the house.
You're not allowed to go back to their houses until like 6 o'clock at night when dinner's ready.
Evening,
so you had to stay outside. I mean, you didn't have a choice.
You played football. You played soccer. You just played sports. There's 1,000 things you got to do outside. You got toys. You got a BB gun. You set up targets. You shoot at metal objects and have it bounce back, and you play suicide that way. Like you have 2 guys with 2 BB guns. You ready, man? Yeah, big old iron tank. Oh god, oh god, dink. You know, you got to stay in the game.
Yeah, we had BB gun wars all the time.
Yeah, BB gun wars.
But you know, and people ask, you know, why we were drinking out of the hoses outside. Well, because we weren't allowed to go inside to get a drink out of the faucet. We had to drink out of the hose outside.
Yeah, you drank out of the water hose. Yeah,
fresh
correct.
cold water.
Well, it wasn't at first though. During the summer, you had to wait for that hot water to get out of there first.
And now nobody be caught dead drinking water out of a hose, right? It's got to be filtered water. It's got to be, you know.
Drink it out of the hose all the time. When I played football, we used to we take off our helmets, football helmets, and it's easier just to turn on the hose and fill up your football helmet with water. It's got a hole at the bottom. Everyone knows that hole. We wear a football helmet, and you put your mouth under and let the water run from the football helmet into your mouth, and that's how everybody drank water in football. Everybody went up to this, they took a hose, they filled up their helmet with water, and so it fits the top. Next guy, he fills up his helmet with water, and then you sit there and you put your finger on the bottom, kick back a little bit, and then drink out of your helmet. It's the good old days.
Now coaches and stuff be sued if you did that, like drinking that gross water with the sweat. You know, there'd probably be a lawsuit nowadays. You couldn't get away half the stuff that we probably all got away with when we were kids.
Well, pretty soon it's going to be balloon football, where all the players are going to have like flag football, but it's going to have a balloon attached to it that floats, so it's easier for people to grab.
You know, when the football season is over, when the players have a Pro Bowl now, they don't play Pro Bowl no more. They do their capture flag now.
Capture the flag, yeah. Or flag football, yeah.
So it has somewhat gone in that direction.
They're going to have those uniforms with personal airbags like they got for people when they fall down, the airbag deploys. So you're not going to be able to hit somebody without an airbag going off.
That's bad.
I want to ask you guys where you live, where everybody's lived, there's some kind of a history, paranormal or any kind of like a history. Like Fresno is kind of known for the night crawler.
Right.
Of course, if you go in the mountains of Fresno, there's Bigfoot stories up there. Washington, of course, Washington is supposed to be the #1 state with the most Bigfoot sightings. Where you guys are at, is there like a #1 thing for your area, like known for something, UFOs, paranormal, or?
Well, I keep thinking of the pterodactyl picking up the kid.
Oh, that was Illinois. That wasn't our town though, but
but that was in Illinois.
In the 70s, a thunderbird, or the pterodactyl picked up a kid by the shoulders, and the mom came out screaming and throwing stuff at it till it dropped the kid. Either the kid was too heavy or didn't have a good grip on it, or
he was 10 years old. I know the whole story. I'm laughing inside my head because before you guys said something, my mind goes, I bet you're going to talk about the thunderbird or a pterodactyl in the area. And you guys went right into it. And I said, oh my God, that's weird. And I was thinking about the 10-year-old boy, and he's talking about the 10-year-old boy got picked up and about 20 feet in the air. And the mom's screaming. She can't do anything, but the kid is resisting. He's fighting. The kid was fighting, and they let it go. Let him about 20 feet, let the kid go. And she caught her kid. He's like 10 years old.
Yeah. And he's still alive too. He's still alive telling the story.
So there's quite a few episodes. People keep clipping it out. It was on the History Channel interviewing the boy and the mother when later on in life, obviously. But there was that. Then I remember in the 70s also when we were taking a family trip, either going to a friend's house or going somewhere. And we're on the way home late at night, and all of us kids, my brothers and sisters, are all sitting in the back of the station wagon, when you didn't have seat belts or anything for that stuff. And on the AM radio, it came out that there was a Bigfoot sighting in Illinois, and it came on the AM radio.
Oh, wow. Wow. Big old infamous Sasquatch. Or Gigantopithecus, or whatever you want to call it, man.
Is there like a local folklore kind of thing, like over here where I'm at? Bob knows the folklore of the Devil's Hand. Like it's not something that's really known, but is there something like that where you guys are at that maybe just the locals really know?
I have never heard of anything local as far as our town, but our area, we've talked about being Native American. We have heard of burial sites and supposedly Native American spirits and stuff like that, but nothing like a cryptid or anything locally.
Right.
Me and Jane do suspect there is a clan of Sasquatch around our area because we live right off the Illinois River, and we have lots of woods, and we have lots of flat land for foraging or whatever they want to do. So, we feel the presence and we think they're here, but we have not had a sighting ourselves.
Yeah, I'm hearing whoops, I'm hearing knocks, I'm hearing noises, squeak noises, whistles. I just have not seen one. I feel their presence, close by when I'm in the backyard playing instruments and stuff. I just have not felt one. We've had a couple psychics pick up that we do have them around here, and they've been watching me. But I just haven't seen anything yet.
I wonder what they taste like.
Chicken.
Like chicken. Oh yeah, man. What are you cooking today? I got a Bigfoot, man. Shit. Let's strap back right now. We're gonna strap back. Flip this sucker around here. Bigfoot burgers.
Well, Bob, some counties in Washington, you get arrested for manslaughter for killing a Bigfoot.
Oh yeah, it's
actually in the law.
It is. It's against the law to kill a Bigfoot in Washington. You will go to prison for murder.
Well, I'm sure you can play the South Park stuff and say it was coming after you, and
it was coming right at me. I killed that Sasquatch.
Most places don't even believe in it. So how can they arrest you for something they don't believe in?
Right.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, most people don't believe in anything. They don't believe in no paranormal, no cryptids could be alive or anything. And it's like science tells you, every year they find 2,000 new species around this planet all the time. And it's like nobody wants to believe in anything.
Right.
Or they just don't care to.
My niece doesn't believe anything like that as far as cryptid or anything like that, but yet she has a 8-foot silhouette of a Sasquatch on their barn.
So they don't believe it.
I've noticed
that makes it look like you do believe it.
You gotta be kind of a half channeler too. You gotta have an open whatever is when you're pineal or something, because I know specific people that see them all the time, and I believe them. But they also have other abilities too. So it's almost as if they're kind of semi-psychic, and somehow they're allowed to see them. They're allowed to see it within the veils of whatever dimensional they're walking around in. And other people, they're just not awake to anything like that. They're just not. They're so turned off on everything, they don't see anything. I see UFOs daily. I mean, I see orbs in the sky all the time. And I'm like, and I watch these UFO channels, and they're like, I'm so bored of it. I'm up to here with it. The other day I was joking about, I was sitting outside I was sober. I didn't have any. I had a cup of coffee, had a cigarette, and there was a massive thunderstorm going on right over there. Big black. I was like, God, that thing's gnarly. But then I started watching it, and there was white spherical balls coming in and out of it, going up, coming out of it, going up, going in and out of it. I said, what the hell am I looking at? And I even called my cousin and said, dude,
you're excited about it. Yeah.
That's like, dude, and it was a massive thunderstorm. And I'm like, I'm looking at unidentified spheres, white balls going in and out of the storm. And I'm thinking, are they making the storm? I mean, obviously there's some kind of mechanics at play here, because why would they be inside?
That's the 2 times I've seen an orb with the naked eye. It was around a storm. Interesting.
You think maybe because I'm just saying this.
Yeah.
Maybe because the storm has electricity, maybe there's energy there that's allowing these things to form.
Huh?
Now what I saw was orange. The 2 times I saw it last summer, they were orange.
Because a lot of people see.
You saw an orange one too.
They were both orange. Yeah, when I saw it, and they were underneath the clouds.
I saw an orange ball once. I saw an orange. It was an orange. I saw it clear as day. It's an orange ball, and it was completely orange, and it was suspended in the air. I go, that must be a balloon or something sitting up there. I don't know what the hell. And I got my binoculars out, and it was turning, and in the center was a black box. A black box. Oh. I said, what the hell is that?
Wow.
And it would spin around, and it would go back to its side, which is all orange, and come back around again. There's the black box. And then it started spinning faster and faster. And the way it looks is all of a sudden it looks like all you see now is a black box. But I saw it round first, and it had the black box in the middle. But imagine if it keeps spinning fast enough, it just look like a black box in the sky. I said, man, what the hell is that?
Also, during storms, we've been seeing cloud formations that have a flat bottom, and I'm not talking like a wall cloud or anything to normal, but it's like in the middle of the storm, there's like a flat line, and it has almost like the shape of a saucer or a UFO, and it's like, and you can pick it out of the storm clouds. You can pick it out that shape, and it's like, oh, am I really seeing that? Is that cloaking something in there?
Like, that's not a shape of a cloud.
Yeah, I saw that in England. I was kicking it by the canal system, by the canals, and I was with a gal, and we were kicking back, and I said, "The hell is that in the sky?" She goes, "It's a cloud." I said, "No, watch it closer." And then all of a sudden, it formed like a disc. I said, "That ain't a cloud. That's a disc that's somehow camouflaging itself as a cloud."
Yeah, I've seen it a few times.
Too. I go, "This was in Manchester," and I was like, so nobody's seeing this? It's like, am I the only one crazy here? Are you not seeing this? And there's people fishing, and I'm like, you seeing that? Well, it's a cloud. No, it's not. It turned into
People
a
are
You know,
ship.
this eclipse that we had,
I
everybody
guess
was
once you're
talking
turned on
about
to
the
them, you can see
moon and
them.
you know how they didn't think it was a moon or something was weird about it. Well, when I was working midnights right before I retired, I always came home. It'd be right about midnight when I'd come home, and I'd always look up at the moon or the sky, you know, just kind of because there's nobody out on the roads, and I'm taking country roads. Well, this night the moon was egg shaped. It wasn't around or the shape of the moon. It was completely different. I mean, it was weird.
Is he frozen?
Bizarre.
I think Dr. Wu's froze.
Yeah, he's frozen.
They finally
he's
got
real
him.
frozen. Now, do you have one more video, Eric, that we sent you? That has a few different shapes. There's a few different rods in one video.
Because I got the 4 here. Let me relook.
I don't know if I sent him the last one.
Yeah.
Where
The latest one that's on our channel? Okay.
I don't think,
I
I don't know. I might have.
Is it on your channel itself?
Well, that's
Yes.
the one that you made for him, though. That showed several different kinds. I thought you sent that to him.
I think I sent him just individual files.
Yeah, because he sent me the
If you
4
just go to
videos,
home,
and I downloaded those
instead of
videos.
live.
Or go to the videos.
So it should be that very first one.
Yep,
is,
that one right there.
It should be all the videos that you already showed.
And there's several different shapes in here.
All right, let's see here.
So that's the common shape. Then that doesn't have bumps. That's solid. And then that one's solid. That don't have bumps. That one did have bumps, but that's different. Now watch this one change at the very, very end. When it goes down to the corner, it changes. It's just bizarre. They're all shaped differently.
And then there was one. Is it that one?
Yeah, that one almost looked like a
But
rope
look at that
light.
one. That one kind of like goes down and then it swings right back up.
Right. So how could that be seeds floating around? But that last one, yeah, it just changes right at the very end. It just boom, it just changes.
And it looks different too.
Yeah.
When it changes.
So I don't know. I don't understand them.
Then
I was fascinated with all these orbs. Now we've got these flying fish.
Exactly.
if you're on video and you scroll all the way down, you'll see our very first thing. That's why we started our channel.
Oh yeah, go to the very, very, very first one.
That
Yeah,
pinkish looking, that's when we very first got our night vision, but it was set on color and we didn't know anything about the settings.
Yeah,
That
we were
went
just
across
getting,
our backyard.
Wow.
and that's what started our channel.
It's going very slow.
And he said he ranch, which is close to you, Eric. He filmed the exact same thing about 3 days before.
Oh wow.
And you can see when it goes over our house, it disappears. And it's not Elon Musk. There was no launches or anything. And now you can see it just starts fading out and just disappears above our house.
Sure the hell does.
So I have
those
no
ain't
idea what
satellite
that thing was. That's what started
Ain't
our
what that
channel.
is.
I uploaded it, and then I started recording more orbs and using our psionics and just started uploading videos. And now look at us. We're doing a podcast.
Wow.
So we
And Bob-
asked in the chat, what do you think this is? Is it a mothership? Is it Starlink? Because we never ruled anything out, and we still haven't. We don't really know. But,
Yeah. It was huge.
He said he looked up for Starlink because they wanted to know if there was Starlink, and they couldn't find anything. We looked up in all the apps and everything, and Starlink didn't show anything going across our house the night that we saw it.
I've got videos of Starlink. It usually is separated. It looks like a train. It's not close up like that.
The best person for satellite questions, anything like that, is Ron, Cosmic Neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
He's the expert on satellites and stuff. He could tell you if there was something in that air that night or anything.
Oh yeah, fast. They'll just go tick, 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 tick. There it is. You know, now that thing faded out though. It's like almost interdimensional.
I know.
Well,
right?
I was watching it for quite a while because sitting in the backyard, we have nothing but the fields, so I can see Quad Cities all the way to Chicago. So a lot of times in the Quad City Airport, when they're coming this way, you're not seeing blinking and it's not moving. It looks like a solid light. And you're going, "Ooh, what is it? What is it?" Then all of a sudden it starts blinking and you realize it's a damn plane. Well, that's what I thought this thing was. But then it kept getting closer and closer. And we just got the psionics also within a few days. And when I realized it was cigar shape, I went flying in the house, got the psionics, you know, the settings. We were still messing with the settings. That's why it's orange. And I just started filming. And
those are all the woo feathers, the ones that you see us.
Yeah, these are the woo feathers, Eric. Yeah, these are the activity that we were getting on our live shows a year ago.
Well, this one says, "Watch the top of the gun." I got one out. What am I looking for on this gun?
Picture of that gun.
These are our little woo feathers.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a look.
Thinking it was a mothership. I do not believe it was Elon Musk. And this thing just faded out and disappeared above our house. I don't think this is the right one. Good night, all. Not feeling well. Bright orange orb. Interesting. Bright orange orbs. I didn't see that one.
Right when you get ready to lean forward, right out of the gun handle, a little white dot comes floating out of the picture.
Yeah, it was a mothership. The one I do not believe it was. The one with Garrow is better.
I know you're talking about, because I remember seeing a white thing right there.
Yep, right there.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yep.
These are the things that were happening for about 6 weeks on our shows, and we can't explain it. But the one with Garrow on there is a lot better woo feather.
Okay.
You guys are haunted.
Trying which one? I think the one, the last one in the row. That one. Let's see if it's that one. And it will be coming out of the gun picture. And there it comes. Here it comes. It goes up, and then it goes down.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see
and
it.
Swoops, and it goes behind his head.
Holy sheep.
It's not a cobweb. We cannot figure it out.
Was there? No, I wouldn't be. I'm just curious. Like, was there anybody smoking or something? Can a smoke do that?
No. There's no ceiling fans. This is in our basement. And there's no cobwebs. That's not a hair. We even picked up hair and was trying to blow it around. Hair usually falls straight down. So, and there are several different things like this that happened for a while. Then it stopped. We don't get that activity anymore.
First one, I started getting curious. So I'd go and I'd make sure that all those crystals and spheres and everything were dust free. There was nothing there. Then we'd have our live show later that night. And then here comes one just floating around. It's like, then I'd check after the show. It's like, okay, it's got to be right here behind my chair or something. And I can't find anything.
And it started when we had Steve Stockton on. He was talking about fays and fairies.
Man, you guys are haunted.
I don't feel creeped out though.
Ghost.
If you see the one video that says Ursa major activity.
Oh, my Big Dipper.
You'll see all the lights and stuff going in and out of the Big Dipper.
I've got Big Dipper activity that's happened the last 2 years.
Let's see that.
I've got thousands of things coming in the Big Dipper, and it lasts for an hour every night for 6 weeks, and then it stopped. That's happened the last 2 summers. And I'm talking and they're not coming across the sky. They appear underneath the handle. They power up, then they disappear by the time they get to the pan. And it's happened 2 summers now, and I don't know what these things are either. A portal opens up, but what you see on this film, it's constant for an hour. They're coming in, they're powering up, they're disappearing. But then after 6 weeks, that activity stopped.
Man.
So the one flashing is a plane that was going across. I don't think this is the right video.
Yeah, I don't think that's the good one that you can really see everything come flying in.
It's a blue one because I think I changed the color to a blue so you could see the lights better.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go down. It was last summer. This was last winter. Just try to find Big Dipper activity. There's more orbs and stuff. It's keep going. It's going.
Oh, right there, those blue ones. One of those.
Oh boy.
All right, now watch how much is coming into the pan. And here they come. There's just one after another, and there's quite a few videos of that. Here comes some more. And they like I said, they appear underneath the handle. They power up like that, and then they disappear by the time they leave the pan.
Oh,
and here comes some more down at the bottom.
Some come up, some comes all the way across, and they just disappear.
Yeah. And it's only an hour. That's what's weird. It starts like 10:30 to 11:30 every night for about 6 weeks. And then last summer, sure enough, it happened again. I'm really hoping that, it's the beginning of August, to the middle of September. So I'm hoping that we got outdoor cameras this year. I'm hoping that everybody will actually watch it with us.
That's
But
nice.
I don't know what that is either.
Somebody said you're cute. You get excited and your volume goes up. No, that's awesome. You're being passionate about it.
I just wish I knew what it was. I mean, just, and when it happened again last summer, I'm going, what is this? Why is nobody else seeing it? But this is on our psionics. The only thing I could see was just a few of these with the naked eye. You get to psionics, you're looking at 90% more activity.
And some of them could be a satellite on a path, but not 100 of them for an hour. Then all of a sudden, nothing comes back the rest of the night.
Right. And it's always the dipper.
Huh. It's not like Elon's train. It's not like one after another for a certain amount of time. So it's not like 19 of them in a row. These are all scattered, going all different directions into the dipper. Then they disappeared.
They actually disappeared into the square. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
weird.
there's some of a good power up also, and that's what they just come in, they power up, and then they disappear.
On the screen right there.
That's a handsome guy right there.
Yeah, it's Eric.
Very handsome guy.
So all the ones that say Night Owl Lounge are the ones that were late at night, and we were probably showing the night sky most likely.
Oh, there's good old Jim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jim is such
we've been very fortunate to have a lot of good guests. You guys have came on, and we've had Jessica Jones, we've had Jim Goodall. We've just had people after people saying, they'll come on our show, and we're just amazed and thankful that everybody's so kind. And
that's cool.
Yeah, you can't beat a good community where people are willing to jump on like each other's channels and stuff. And
right.
Especially like Jessica Jones got a lot going on with that other channel. What do you call the radio?
Spaced Out Radio.
Spaced Out Radio, her own channel and all that, and then going on other people's channels. That's a busy person right there. Bob's been on her channel. I've been on her channel.
Yeah.
We have quite a few.
She's got her family to take care of, and then plus she still finds time to go out in the field and do research.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. And when you're on like her channel, she really listens. She really gets excited when you're telling her what you experience.
Yeah, she's not afraid of me. Most people are, so that's kind of cool.
I'm not scared of you.
I know you're not.
I'm scared of the woman behind you.
Oh yeah,
that's Now that's scary. Yeah,
I know what Bob's talking about because I had 3 different paranormal groups that I had planned to go on yesterday and 2 days next week, and I gave them my link to my channel. Once I did that, they never responded back. They're like,
You're Dr. Wu's brother.
In case Dr. Wu, in case you didn't watch the show earlier where your brother was on, he's planning a trip to England, and Sarah has 4 empty rooms at her house for availability.
You remember Sarah? No. She was you were on that channel that one day, and you made those comments.
No.
So she has
on my
room
way.
for it, yeah.
She said on her channel that she had like three rooms available. You know, like, and everybody, and then somebody in the chat goes, "Oh, Dr. Wu should go too."
Yeah, I'll go.
Dr. Wu
I go.
would
I want to go
Dr.
to. I want to go back to England and get together with all those fun people, and then rent a canal boat and just tour down the canals and stop and do some investigations. Go back on the canal boat, troll down further, go do another investigation.
Because that's how it started. Andy wants to get all you guys together to go on an investigation.
Yeah, that'd be blast. That would be so fun.
Well, I want to say I appreciate Freaky Geek for saying there was 2 shows. Actually, the Freaky Geek, the show was on Andy Code's channel, but StreamYard allows you to stream when you're on somebody else's channel on your own channel. So it looks like you're having 2 shows, but really that was Andy's show. You know that. So that's kind of cool that StreamYard allows you to do that. That was cool. But that was fun. That was awesome. But what do you guys got coming up? You guys got anything like major coming up this weekend? Like big guest coming on? Anything?
So we're going to start the live stream again after this show sometime, and we'll have that going. Then Sunday is normally our guest show. So Sunday at 6 p.m. we're going to have Dominic Zellner.
1
1
p.m.
Yeah,
well,
6 p.m.
normally
UK
6.
Time. It's going to be 1 p.m. our time. Just allow him not to have to stay up after midnight to do our show. So we did change the time to 1 p.m. Central. Yeah. And he's going to come on. Last time he was there, we talked about auras and reading auras and all that stuff. But this time he's going to come on. We're going to talk about time lapses, time travel, everything about time. So that'll be this Sunday at 1 p.m. Central.
And then sometime tonight we'll get the 24-hour. We'll get a 24-hour cam back up, probably going sometime tonight, so everybody can check out the cameras.
Then after that, we have Barb Hartman coming on from Grizzly Chris, his podcast. So she's going to come on and talk about Sasquatch and experiences she's had, and so we just keep adding more and more people to our list.
Nice.
Why not? It's fun, right? I mean, it's fun when you have different people. You know, time travel.
I want to hear everybody's experiences. I want to hear their take, what they experienced, what was going on with them, so I can add little pieces of the puzzle to what we think's going on. Add it to us so we can, because everybody's experiences are different. You all might have a Bigfoot, you all might have a UFO experience, but not all of them are the same. So it's nice to hear different people talk about what they experienced or what they thought was going on.
Connor's in there.
Hey,
Sup, Connor?
I'm going to tell you something. This is one of the reasons why I respect Connor so much. Okay, now we both saw the movie Civil War, and I actually enjoyed it. And he put in a comment that he thought it was the worst movie of the year. I love when people are honest. I mean, I'm serious. Even though I liked it, he didn't. It's. I hate when people agree with you just to agree with you.
Right.
And I love it how he said that was his worst movie of the year. And I actually liked the movie.
What movie
I haven't seen that movie yet, but I'll tell you, the one I did watch recently is Roadhouse, and that was the worst rendition of Roadhouse I've ever seen in my life.
But you know what? Bob and I both agree on one thing about Roadhouse. The movie was almost like not watchable until they got that crazy son of a bitch wrestling guy or the real fighter. When he comes on, I'm like, he saved the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, the fight scenes were great, that part, but everything else about the whole movie was junk.
Yeah, I liked him. He was the only character I liked, man. He was so fucking hilarious.
It's almost like that.
I didn't like the movie either.
That cage match guy. That's what he reminded me of.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to go watch that Sasquatch movie this weekend. So I'm curious how that Sasquatch Sunset's going to be.
Yeah.
If people don't know in the chat, there's a movie about a Sasquatch family, and it actually was filmed up in Washington. So it's kind of cool to see what they do in the mountains up here. And all that. Nice. Well, that's cool. Well, first of all, I do appreciate you both for jumping on this Friday. That was awesome.
Anytime.
Usually I started at 2 p.m., but since I was on when I said I was on Andy's code, I wanted the extra 30 minutes for that overflow and jumped over.
Yeah.
And all that. So Bob, I know you always go on Friday nights. So you're probably coming on tonight, right?
Is he there? Hello, Bob.
Yeah, I was frozen. I froze. Oh, I don't know. I might get high and get drunk. Go on. I haven't decided yet.
Well, hold
I gotta
on.
go masturbate first. Yeah, I feel
Hold on.
that.
A Friday night without the Dr. Wu?
Yeah.
What is your fans going to think?
I don't know. I can't get it where everything's glitching in and out for me on my end. God damn it, Eric! I don't know why. Or every time I'm on your show, everything freezes for me. I got kicked off twice. I think I'm frozen now.
Well,
God,
we were talking on Andy's show on like there's this weird energy type of deal where we like, especially when you're in Manchester, we were getting like pains in the same area, a tear.
Yeah,
you got markings on your foot. Maybe somehow, I don't know, that when you're on live, that something with the energy is messing it up.
I have no problem doing my lives.
He's going to start experiencing your effects from the shot you just got that you don't know what it is.
Right? Yeah, I said I might go after this is over. I might. Depends. I might make a sandwich. I don't know. I might get high, get drunk. I don't know.
Oh, do it
you
all.
Will.
Talk about something important.
Well, I know I'm going to have fun when I get up because I'm going to be doing a go do a garbage run. I got the truck filled with garbage.
Fun.
I want to go down to the transfer station and go drop a lot of stuff. That's always fun, right? But seriously, guys, I want to thank everybody for jumping on. I really appreciate it and all that.
It was fun.
You know, like you and I were talking. You're like, Eric, what do you want to talk about? I don't know. We're just going to talk. You know, when we just get together, the conversation will pick itself. You know, we don't have to have a topic.
No,
I don't like I've been doing a show with Robert Bauer and Mr. B out of Australia, and that's all we do. We just start talking, and we don't know where we're going, and it usually ends up being whatever. And I think I'm going to have to invite you some night. It's like 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Or 9 o'clock on my time, but 10 o'clock Saturday night. And it's like 4 or 5 of us old guys get together and just talk about whatever. And it goes where it goes.
Yeah,
Eric needs to join.
I've been usually doing on Fridays when we get together. We're just like, okay, hey, we'll start with this movie and then we'll just go wherever it goes. And sometimes that's the best stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I'll let everybody go. And, I'll be back on Monday. I'm actually going to be doing a live YouTube when I do one of my trail walks on Monday.
Cool.
And beyond that, I guess we'll end the show with a Howard the Duck intro. I feel like a good Howard the Duck.
All right.
We'll end it with
Howard the Duck.
Good old Howard Duck. So I'll see everybody next time on the Paranormal.